Hey guys, welcome to my video. It's Mr. Stone. Today, I'll be discussing my thoughts and opinions about the 20th main level in Geometry Dash, Deadlocked. This ranges to my thoughts about the gameplay, music, and decoration. Let's begin. The level starts off with a quiet beat that gradually gets louder as you play on in the first part, and starts with two blue orbs, which you should have learned back from X-Step. The second blue orb slams you down to a yellow pad and launches you to a platform. And so far the level seems to be claustrophobic because of the decoration, as you can see from from the ceiling and stuff and everything. It looks pretty claustrophobic to me. Prepare for one of the fastest transitions from cube to another game mode of the main levels, of course. After jumping off this platform, you go into a mini wave that syncs with the music, so timing it shouldn't be that hard, but it still is. It's deadlocked after all. And why do I say it's one of the fastest transitions? Because we're 3 seconds into deadlocked and there's already a transition. After 1 second of mini wave, you jump off a platform where you need to hit two orbs. Can you spot which ones to hit? It's the yellow and second blue orb. If you hit the orb in between the two, then you just die to the structure above. After hitting that blue orb, you need to hold because you need to jump immediately after to hit another blue orb and then do the same thing. And then you get introduced to the green orb. They work like gravity portals, except you need to click them for it to cooperate. Basically, the first part is just orb madness and focuses on your sight reading. There's also this one click that I can't stop doing because it's satisfying to pull off and it's just a habit at this point. Welcome to the drop, aka the part that I hate the most in Deadlocked. If there is one place that I've died the most while trying to beat this level, it would be this wave part for sure. I don't know why, but I die here even though I've made it past here like countless of times and became consistent at this. Sort of consistent. Every time I play Deadlocked, I will do fine and pass this wave part with ease, but then after a few attempts, this part becomes a huge choke point for me and I lose my shit. If I could change this part, I would. After the wave part, you go into a mini ship and then have to dodge these structures with faces that ascend and descend as you play on. There's even a key here which reveals something later in the level. After you get hit with a ball that shows a diagram at the start that shows what you can and what you can't touch. Or else, yeah, you'll find out once you get there. This part feels really smooth when playing it and I love it a lot. And a UFO part that requires a click pattern in order to get past this. Afterwards, the music goes sorta calm after all the intense things that were just thrown at you. The gameplay for this is relatively easy, but you can mess it up if you click that green orb in a weird spot. You then reverse gravity and then teleport inside this missile that was made by RobTop. Pretty creative, except there are some flaws. You don't know what game mode you're going to be next, what speed will be set out, and if you're going to be mini or regularly sized. And you'll find out after these messages. Yeah, it will be a 3x normal sized cube. This part plays with your memory and sight reading ability, but this part is very annoying because of this. Whenever I get here, I just time the blue orb because when I hit the structure, it's like there's an invisible pink pad that makes me jump and crash into the wall. After, you kind of need to time the next jump to the transition, which is a robot, then jump through this gap, which doesn't need that much practice. The next part is a ball that puts you in mini size. This is one of my favorite parts too. It just feels great to play, and the usage of teleport portals are great. And now you get to see what that key from earlier does. It opens a passageway for a free coin. Why is it put very far from where the key is? I don't know. I didn't make the level. But it is what it is, and it's kind of a free coin. You fall into a teleport portal that makes you fall again, and you need to press the right orb. You press the correct orb, which will change your gravity and take you to the ceiling. There are even orbs that you need to avoid or else you die. Then you go into a robot and then do some casual parkour. Honestly, that part is very boring. Then you go into Rob Top's favorite part of the level. You do some precise flying where you need to go into teleport portals. There are 2 exits that basically make you remember where you have to go. This continues throughout the ship part and can be annoying too. That's because there are invisible portals inside of the teleport ones. Yay! It practically makes you remember what's coming up next, but those parts will become very simple to play through once you get consistent with the parts before this. Then you go into the first ever boss fight of all the main levels. There are boss fights in the platform levels, Tower 4, but those obviously weren't around when Deadlocked was released. All you have to do is avoid where the monsters are going to shoot a beam, and to make it easier for the player, where the monsters will shoot will be marked with lines. Now enter the second and hardest dual wave of any main level. It's actually a little easier than it looks since you're in control of one wave instead of focusing on both. The 2 waves have the same movement once they're lined up properly. Then you go into a singular slow mini wave until you go to one of the most iconic parts of Deadlocked, the infamous memory ship. The part requires memory.
Yeah, no Deadlocked.
This is because the blocks move.
Yeah, no Deadlocked.
But you don't know where they'll move.
Yeah, no Deadlocked.
Now don't call me weird.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
But this memory ship part is actually my favorite part of the whole level. I don't know why, but the music to the intensity of the gameplay makes me like it so much.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
That doesn't mean that I don't die here a lot. I die here because of the teleport portals in this part, and they mess me up pretty bad. But I can sort of get the hang of it. Then there's a slow ball part with moving platforms that you need to go on. And then a UFO part with objects that move the same like in the first ship part, but the structures are smaller. And then there's a normal speed cube part that marks the ending. But be careful of the big saw blades, because if you mess up the timing of the jump, then right to the beginning you go. Now it's time for my rating. The gameplay will be a 7 out of 10. There are parts that I enjoy, but the main reason why it's a 7 out of 10 is because of the first wave part in the beginning. For the decoration, I give it a 9 out of 10 because I'm not really a big fan of the rainbow, but the rainbow sticks around with I'm not really a big fan of the rainbow, but the rainbow sticks around the whole level, so it doesn't really feel like one thing is that Rob Top is trying to show. Last but not least, the music. I rate the music an easy 10 out of 10. I listen to this a lot, and the remixes I've heard go insane. And there it is, my opinion about Deadlocked. If you want me to give my opinion on another main level or a custom level, feel free to comment down below and I'll consider it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Geometry Dash videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!